We are live.
Are we?
Yeah. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Bofa Podcast featuring your two co hosts, Will and Aiden. What is up,
Hi.
Will?
Hi.
I'm glad we're actually here recording this for about,
Yeah, something's gonna go wrong, but
what has other upteenth times we've tried to record this. So, for some context for the audience, we've been trying to record this podcast for maybe like, I don't know, like a month now. And every single time, either something has gone wrong, either A, one of us has had to go, or one time we just been hearing a ringing from a Discord call from somebody named Papa.
and you couldn't stop it.
Yeah, I couldn't stop it. Yeah. It was very not good, but today it's working so far. I'm probably gonna jinx it. And we've had this channel for even longer. What, going on 2-3 years?
Yes, and there's nothing on it.
Yeah, we've been saying we're gonna do stuff for a while now. We have literally nothing. So I thought it'd be a good chance. We
tried making a blood contract.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot about that. We made a blood contract saying we were gonna do something with it, and then that fell out. So we realized that was both creepy and lame. A mix of the two. Now we're here. I honestly, after each of us started uploading on our personal channels, which I'll put in the description thing, I thought we were just never gonna do it. But I thought we were just gonna kind of stick. Which, I mean, I'm busy. You made the Obama video, the hit Obama video. Everybody and their mother should watch Obama's Quest. I just do some other.
It's the story of Obama.
I forgot. I can't believe I forgot about that.
Part 1.
I heard the name. Yeah, you need to make part 2, man. At some point. And it'll be the most epic. Be the most epic conclusion to the saga ever. I want to see what happens to Obama after he destroys Kanye. So anyway, snow cone. I was thinking about this. I don't know where I come up with the snow cone productions. Like, I don't have the slightest clue.
All I know is we just didn't you name a lot of things after snow cones?
Probably, I don't know. We did a lot of stupid things.
Wasn't our enrichment political party the snow cone party?
Oh yeah, that was. I forgot about that. Wait, we were talking about the other last week. Yeah, so in 6th grade, we had our man, Mr. Spinney, which shout out to him. He's a legend. Which we can talk about that some other time. But he wanted to show us. It was during the 2016 election, so he wanted to show us what a political party was in a sense. I don't understand. And we had to grab parties and stuff. And it was just a weird experience. We had to create a political stuff, which when you're in 6th grade you don't understand political things. So you just had a bunch of them babbling on about how they're gonna make the world a better place by making it more safe, or the most basic things you can think of, because nobody understood. And then
I'm going to make world better place by being good.
That's basically what it was. And then somehow we had the advantage because all the parties had 6 members, we had 7, and you could vote for yourselves, and we still lost by 2 votes. Which it wasn't even a good demonstration, because we brought a petition around to students that weren't a part of it to try to go and for our man Will to be president. And we got the entire grade to vote, but Mr. Spinney's I don't care. I was like, okay.
So I won the popular vote, but I didn't win in the electoral college.
Basically, that's. I mean, I guess he did show us about elections then, because that's how it works.
Yeah.
Speaking of sixth grade, I was thinking about this the other day. I think about it probably at least like 20 times a month, but just the incident of the pee just still resonates in my brain.
That is that ever gonna get any resolution?
I don't know, because whoever is never gonna
The
confess.
the last we heard about it was like that can of peas you got, right?
Yeah. Okay. So we should probably. Do you want to explain the story? Or do you want me to?
I'll try to.
Okay.
Um, so in sixth grade, just I don't even know what we were actually doing, but just at the end, like towards the end of class, we just noticed like we all had these tablets, like just they're like, yeah, just these little like tablets just to do stuff on, and then in it was in yours, right?
It was in mine.
In Aiden's tablet in the headphone port, there was just a P just like jammed in there, and we had no idea who did it. So then we told our teacher, and like
I remember
this was like
I blamed Thomas
we can't
straight
yeah.
up.
So I still blame Thomas. We so anyway but like we just thought it was funny, but it was like actually kind of a big deal because like those tablets are expensive. So like she like asked us who did it, and like we had no answers. Then Thomas did that like mind
Yeah.
game
So this is like
thing
this
of
is after
confusing
days
himself.
of her questioning. She's like, okay, because we had a big ski.
So
Like the goal for end of the year was going on this ski trip, which in retrospect it wasn't even that fun. It was not worth all this torment. I probably should. Thomas probably should have just kept his thing at the key, gave us all a resolution. But anyway, she goes, "You're all getting written up. You cannot go on this ski trip." And like in at least in my mind, I was like, "This is not. I cannot stand." I was just scared because she said, "If no one confessed, she'd write us up. She'd write up all of us." One of those situations, and so Thomas, the madman, just says it was me, and she goes, "Was it really you? You're just saying that." I'm just saying that. And then she goes, "Why are you?" And he
well
goes,
actually no. So he said it was him.
mm-hmm.
He said it was him. Then she says, if it was you, you can't go on the ski trip. So when he realized that, he was like, oh, then it's not me. And then she's like, oh, so you lied. So then you're still not going on the ski trip. And then he was like, oh, but I mean, of course, that meant nothing, and he still went on the ski trip because it was just never brought up again. But
Yeah, because he tried to play like the card that he was like trying to save us all, which I don't know. He says this
but
doesn't
then
do it. And Tom, I'm gonna call you out. I'm still suspicious of you. The P in the tablet port, even though I have grown. I think less is Thomas. I think it's a suspect that I don't think anybody suspected at the time. I'm not gonna call her out
no, my
now.
theory is the P had a mind of its own, and it just went in the headphone port.
I don't know. Honestly, I just like I remember she told me like so
My
so
theory
years
is ghosts.
we never explained how it so so anyway, so my dad has a connection with the school, right? And he was telling the office lady his whole story. He was telling her like, how stressed out I was. And the office lady asked Miss like our teacher about it. And I don't know if that's when she realized how stupid it was, because she claimed that even though she got it out fine, the tablets were perfectly fine. She said that we quote unquote disrespected the technology, which just like that. Yeah, we dis. I, it was just so stupid, and I think the office lady made her realize that, because then she just dropped it. She didn't say a peep. She didn't say we were clear. Just zoop, nothing, the entire year. And after, like the year after, I was still mad about this, because I was like, I was stressed out all year because I thought one day she was gonna pop and be like suckos, and we couldn't go on the ski trip. But so my brother, who's younger than me, had this same teacher years later, and then he decided that he was gonna, or it was my parents, something, I don't know. Either way, she found out, and then I guess she felt bad because then she sent home my brother a can of peas for me, and I can read the note. I still have it here.
Yeah. I was gonna say it had a note, right?
I'll send a picture when we upload this. It says, "I'm sorry. Please accept this gift. Forgive me." And there's a little smiley face and says her name. And I still think it's so.
Like we still have, like, we don't even fully know what that means, because does that mean she found out who actually did it, or did she just
No,
give it up? Like,
she told me she
why?
didn't. So I assume she just
She never
realized
found out who did it.
either A, she just gave up because she realized it wasn't going anywhere and we were good kids, or B, which I mean I doubt that because I don't think she liked Thomas very much. Which because Thomas, we can explain this afterwards, but he got screwed over in that class because at the end of the year she like hurt her foot or something, so we had to substitute when we had literally no work. So Thomas had no work to get up his grade. I don't know if he ever told you this. So he got like a D in that class.
No, he didn't.
Because he couldn't do any work, so he wouldn't give us anything graded. So he got like because he couldn't do the final project. So Thomas got screwed
Did
over
we ever
more than anybody.
did we ever do the final project? Wasn't the final project supposed to be like explaining like how to do something, and we never actually did it?
Yeah, we were go. I was gonna explain how to draw a hat with eyes. You were gonna no. You were. I was gonna explain how to draw just an afro. You were gonna explain how to draw a hat with eyes.
How to what?
You were gonna explain how to draw a hat with eyes. Mrs. Mullum told us she expected more out of us.
Yeah, didn't you say we can actually do that? I think that was when I started playing baseball, so I was gonna do like how to catch a pop fly or something. I don't even know. Which, let me tell you, from my baseball experience, learning how to catch a pop fly for me is not a very good. I'm not. That's just a bad idea.
For reference, both me and him used to play baseball at the time, and now we both play track. So
because we're bad at baseball. I only played it for 2 minutes, and I think I caught one pop fly.
I played it for like since I was like little, and then I just got to like I've always played soccer and baseball, and I was always kind of like soccer is cool and baseball is just eh. And when I got to like,
it's fun. I'm just not good at it.
Yeah, and then I was like, I think I'm gonna try something different, and I tried track, and I realized that I had a lot more fun, so I'm sticking with that. Anyway, sixth grade is a weird year. That happened. We met the legend. Okay, so we met. Did I tell you I saw him the other day at a baseball game?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Why?
Did I ever tell you that Grady always calls him Leo?
No. How does he? Does he just not care? Is he just chill?
I guess so. I don't know if he ever calls him that way to him, but like whenever he's talking to me, he calls him Leo.
That'd be. I just want to see it. I was imagining Grady and him just meet up and they started doing like an elaborate handshake. It's like, what's up, dog? But when I saw him in the baseball game, he just looks so much like stereotypical father. Like I don't even know how to explain it, but he just looked like that. He was just like so doofy. And then,
should we actually explain who we're talking about?
So there's this man. I'll say, shout out to Mr. Schultz. He's a legend. But we had him for like 5th and 6th grade, and if he wasn't nearly as chill, we probably wouldn't be able to go on the ski trip. He probably would have been written up. I'm being honest. He was just very chill, and I don't know if he thought they were funny, but so we always sent him our memes and everything, and he never really responded. He just kind of like accepted them. Like, for example, we had like a Kahoot project. He wouldn't care about the picture. He's like, or whatever. And then
in one of our PowerPoints, didn't we put a picture of Shrek in it?
Yeah, and then he went backwards. He's like,
not just like just on one of the panels with information. There was also a picture of Shrek. We had a panel that was just a picture of Shrek.
Yeah, and there was no transition, so you just click through it, and then you click through it fast. And he just like, go back, and we went back, and he's like, neat. And we went forward. And then the email, what we would email him is so much more. We would just email.
At the beginning of 8th grade, I emailed him that picture of like the laptop with the egg on it, and I just said, "You can't escape," and he said, "I'm finding this to be true." I don't think I've actually emailed him since then, which I'm gonna do that now.
We should. So yeah. I like I don't email him. I just someone email him just like, hey, Mr. Schultz, and he never responded. He probably blocked our email somehow. Probably found out
He
how.
he's, he said that once. He said after I sent him something, he said I'm gonna have to learn how to put a block on your email.
I remember we added him to a group chat called Tom Give Thomas Minecraft shirts. He just the stupid things like that. I remember one time. I don't know if you can explain the story any better, but I remember that you sent him a picture. It was a Max and Ruby.
Yeah. I sent him a picture which was Max and Ruby, and it was that beep beep lettuce thing, but it was so Ruby said Max, please stop making jokes about suicide, and then Max says beep beep lettuce. I sent that to one of the group chats that he was in, and then I think so like he said I guess he didn't approve of it. He said like meet me in my class like during recess or something. And then I went there, and he just wasn't there. Did I explain this part to you? That he just like wasn't there?
I don't. Maybe I don't remember if you did.
Because I remember I went there, and he like wasn't there, and I think there's also other people who were in there like expecting to be there, and he just wasn't there. And eventually, I like after being in there for like 15 minutes, I was just like, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna leave, and I'll just come back another time. Because um I think I just left because he never actually. I don't think he actually said meet me in my office in my class during recess. I think that's just when I decided to go. So I was like, I can just come some other time. And then he just forgot about it. He never brought it up again. Like next time I saw him, he just
Didn't you
didn't
say that
mention it or
you like
anything.
asked him and he's like, you're like, when are you gonna meet me? And he's like, I already know you. Or something like that. And he's like those dad jokes, but it's just so funny. He's also I remember so we on the IR trips I went on this year. You didn't go on. First off, it sucked. But anyway, the entire ride back, Ryan was just playing 80 songs and he guessed like every single one perfectly.
We're
Like
just
for it's like
playing
5
what?
seconds. He was playing 80
Just
songs and like some
oh,
Pandora or something. And like I was like, just like what a madman, honestly. So shout out to my man, Mr. Schultz. We miss you.
remember it was the year before last at IRC when we didn't know the answer, so you just said our final answer is Sans Undertale.
IRC has always been. It's never been fun, I'd say, but it's always
We should
like
we should do IRC of just a team and me and you, and we should give all of our answers as Sans Undertale.
get kicked out of the competition. Actually, IRC itself's never been fun, but it's the people in it that have been fun. And last year,
Yeah,
was,
I never enjoyed it.
last year was me and Mike, and like first off, it was just painful all the rounds because we didn't read any books because our teacher, who should not be named, because I'm not going to speak highly of her, we did not meet at all. We met. Well, no, we met like twice. And also, I just didn't care about reading the books. Michael didn't care about reading the books. Ryan had some troubles. Nathan read like 6. So of course he's Nathan. And then we had like 2 high schoolers who also didn't read any or didn't read a lot. So it was just crap in general. And like I said, it was awkwardly painful. You just sit there, just like, do you know the answer? And like, no. And then we just like, Noah would just be like, dude, just go and guess something random.
Well, one of the years, I think it was the year before the Sans Undertale incident. Didn't we get like 3 points from third place or something?
Something like that. I don't know.
That was just because we had Mr.
Mr.
Schultz.
Schultz, coincidence or not, whenever we had Mr. Schultz, we were popping, bro. We were doing good.
Yeah, I guess I actually kind of did enjoy it when there was Mr. Schultz.
Because he's just a legend.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know what I was just thinking about? Just thinking about things like this we haven't, like, we started, we never ended. I was thinking about Sherlock Gnomes, my manuscript that I never went
Hey,
anywhere with.
you can still finish that.
I
Do you still have that?
somewhere, I think, I don't, I remember Mrs. Larned said we might be able to perform it if I gave it to her.
Wait, she said that?
Something along those lines. She's like,
No, I want to perform Sherlock Gnomes. Although you probably have to change the name because it actually has nothing to do with Sherlock Gnomes, so it'd probably be a copyright issue.
so, to give clarity to the, well, actually, okay, for the audience, like last year, I was attempting to write a manuscript, like a playwright for a play I was making called Sherlock Gnomes, which is like an anthology based on a play we did called, I don't know if any of you guys know it, Dear Chuck.
I don't think anyone's ever gonna know what that is because all the plays we did were extremely obscure and not good.
Which first off was not, it was very bad. It was like weird, and and it just wasn't very fun. I had to perform an entire like 7 paragraph monologue that I made Will's dad tear up.
Yep.
My biggest accomplishment to this day. Anyway,
I don't know why that made him tear up. It's like it has nothing to do with him. Like he can't relate to what it was at all.
I don't know. I'm just talking about my like divorced parents and eating branded bananas with them, and that's all.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so like based off the absurdity of that play, I wanted to make my own, and just more absurd. But like I went back to it this year, and I then realized a lot of it doesn't make sense now because O.J. Simpson got out of prison.
Yeah, I forgot all this stuff about O.J. Simpson.
There's a lot of like jokes about people asking for like orange juice and then being like, he's in prison. And so now that he got out, and he now has a Twitter now, but a lot of it just doesn't make sense. So I kind of put it on the back shelf for now, as in case maybe he does someday.
No, how about you just do that and at the last time someone makes a joke like that, the person just says he's not even in jail anymore.
Oh, that's a good idea. It would add to the absurdity. It was just like, I don't know. And also sometimes like it was funny in my head, but it wasn't like one time I just had like one of the scenes was just people just walking out on the stage, standing there and just walking to the other side. I was like, it might be funny, but it's also gonna take forever and not gonna be fun to perform. So I don't know. I might come back to it eventually. Might not. I tweeted at Subway once if they wanted to play a character, and they said yes, and I said I'll cast him as the Subway that Waldo goes to, because Waldo was a character in that. I forgot who Waldo was. I don't know.
I
No,
need to read this again because I forgot about all this.
I don't even know if I still have the like. I originally put it on a piece of paper. I still have the online script, like some of the online script that I've put up in Word. But I've thought of like other Sherlock, like I thought of Sherlock Gnomes in the case of D's nuts. Or Sherlock, no, actually, I'm not gonna say that one because that could be offensive to somebody. I'm not gonna. Well, shall remain nameless. I don't know. I might, this might be the thing that we can. This project might be the kicks off all what we're doing. Like all the comics we're gonna make, or everything we just kind of dropped, might return to that eventually.
Yes.
So, is there anything you wanted to talk about today?
That's a good question. I don't really know. All
Well,
the conversations we've had, all the topics we've had have just kind of come up randomly. I don't have anything planned.
well, I do. Today's sponsor is, I know, first podcast, but I planned that ahead. Our sponsor today is the Pine Cyst of America, which I can't really do them justice, so I'm just going to link them in the description below. But you should definitely check it out. It's a nonprofit organization that donates to just people that are with like rare diseases, because that's the diseases that they think at least need the most charity because they're not as well known, like the Alzheimer's, or not as much in the media, like Alzheimer's or other diseases like that. Like I said, I don't think I do them justice. So the Pine Cyst of America in the description below. Thank you for sponsoring us.
Ooh, Jesus.
Sponsoring. I'm surprised they sponsored the Bofa Cast out of all things. See, Bofa is just a funny word. I just find it because it's like people be like, "What's Bofa?" I just be like, "Bofa these nuts," or they already know. But it's like Bofa is not the joke itself. But you can do. I remember one time.
It's such a sophisticated word. It is really the pinnacle of the English language.
I don't know why I've had such like obsession with the word Bofa. Like I was kind of, and I remember in gym one time, me and Nathan were on an ultimate frisbee team, And so you know Mr. Brown. He's a
Mm-hmm.
legend. One time at Halloween, I was dressed up in a pickle costume, and he called me Pickle Rick, which I was not trying to be, by the way. He goes, "What's up, Pickle Rick?" I'm like, "Hey, Mr. Brown." But anyway, me and Nathan were in gym, and we were just like we had to pick an ultimate frisbee name, and I just an executive decision for the team that we would be named Bofa. So we go up to him. I'm like, and we're just like, our team name be Bofa. He's like, what does that mean? I'm like, I don't know. It's just a phrase. Like, what does it mean? And Nathan just like, he's like, Bofa what? And I'm pretty sure, like, I think he may have known us since we're Bofa D's nuts, and he wanted us to tell him that, but I wasn't sure, so I didn't. And Nathan just like, Bofa us. I don't know. I think it tells me like both us, but both. I don't. His Nathan is a. He can be an entire podcast eventually.
Mm-hmm.
We
We're gonna
do.
have to have him on the podcast.
Do you want that? Do you think that'll be good?
No,
it,
that's why I want to do it.
it'd be funny though. It would be funny. So anyway, so he's like, okay, whatever, and we just had the name Bofa, and I still wish to this day that I said Bofa D's nuts just to see what he would have said, because I feel like he knew, and it's so funny because his wife is nothing like him at all. She's like a math teacher. She's like the exact opposite. But anyway, it's just I don't know. Bofa is just such a good word. It can be used for anything. It can be conversation filler. You can just be like Bofa,
Both of what?
whatever. And that's why I decided to go with the Bofa Cast. Their logo is just a Bofa Cast.
Yes.
By the way, if anybody has any better logos, because I spent like about maybe like 3 minutes in paint making it. If anybody sends any other
Have you even
logos,
sent me the logo? I don't even know what it looks like.
probably I'll send it to you afterwards. If we record this, but anybody has any new logos, feel free to send them in. Or if anybody wants to be a guest, you can. We need some guests. We need some content. I don't want to make one episode and just drop out of this.
We need ad revenue.
We need more sponsors. We need more Pine Idol Sisters in America. Huh. How long have we been recording this for?
Good question. I have no idea.
I think we've genuinely for a while now. Do you want to call it quits on this one? Make this one
Sure.
relatively short. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to go and check out the sponsorship in the description below. And check out the next one. It might upload weekly, bi-weekly. I don't want to make a schedule because we're not going to stick to it. Anyway,
Whenever.
Will and Aiden checking off. Check us out next time.